a record of the delightful piece they're going to play this evening.
So today is an exciting day.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
We've had 4 incidents just in the past 4 days where staff have been assaulted. These are usually issues. We were already very understaffed prior because of the 2017 shutdown.
I am proud, and I'll tell you what,
disagree.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck.
I wish he wouldn't have said that.
Literally, Mr. President, staggering. Staggering.
We're worrying about whether they're going to get a paycheck next week. We're going to be worried about whether they're going to be able to pay a mortgage, whether they're going to be able to pay their car payment or their child's school payment. That's why we're here.
I'm very proud of doing what I'm doing. I don't call it a shutdown. I call it doing what you have to do for the benefit and for the safety of our country.
So that's where we are.
I want to yield to our distinguished Democratic leader.
Thank you very much, and congratulations, Madam Speaker, on your re-election.
As I said today on the floor, we will take ideas, good ideas, from wherever they come. From the right, the left, the center.
But we don't need to be here for long. In order to get us out of this mess,
The message is very simple.
it's really simple, Mr. President. Really simple. Check these boxes.
This isn't very complicated. We could all talk and give you details, but I want to emphasize again, we got together, we met with our leadership and said we are diligent and persistent in trying to open up government.
It's your responsibility to do something.
Utah is caught in the middle of a partisan battle being waged in Washington.
Just because of something that they need to brawl out.
50 federal workers per day are now relying on its shelves for the first time.
We're here late tonight, later than you would usually expect.
To meet the needs of the American people. To meet the needs of the American people.
People obviously have things to do. They have family in town. But we're here because we sense the urgency of opening up the people's government. And why? What have we done?
Setting up off-the-books shell companies, which took in nearly $900,000 in campaign donations. Those shell companies were run by her chief of staff, and no one really knows how that money was spent. So where did all the money go?
We don't know. Campaign law is notoriously lax, and what you have in this case is a huge multiple of anything Dinesh D'Souza was accused of or found guilty of.
You're saying it's even bigger than what Dinesh D'Souza did. Is that what you're saying, Peter?
Yes, by many multiples.
Okay.
I think it speaks to the level of general agitation and everything that's going on up there.
We don't agree with the president's proposal. Nobody's arguing about the 6 bills. They're not arguing at the White House. They're not arguing here. We have agreement. One would surely think that because there's no disagreement. Now, there is a disagreement. So we have said, okay, we haven't reached agreement, but we're going to provide some more time so we can sit down as adults, hopefully, as rational, reasonable, common sense people, and come to an agreement on something that we all agree with.
Separate from that,
We're saying, okay, we'll do what Senator McConnell did, putting 800,000 people at risk. Millions and millions of Americans who rely on the operations of government. So we're hopefully going to pass that.
Whenever that is reached, and it's my hope that it's reached sooner rather than later.
We consider him to be our boss. So when the boss says, I don't mind not paying you, but it's bad for morale.
the government that could be opened just by the stroke of the pen of the President of the United States.
It's something that's very disheartening.
You need to fund the people's government. The government belongs to all the citizens of this country.
It's an old way of thinking. It isn't cost effective.
So I'm glad that productive discussions are continuing at this hour.
And this time period will give us that opportunity to get that information. But I just want to make one other point.
The President has asked us to come down to meet tomorrow at 10:30. And we will do that. And we'll have a discussion. Excuse me, 11:30. This is going to be in the news, I'm sure. The fact of the matter is, we'll go down there, we'll talk.
I have enough for one more mortgage payment, and I got to go to CarMax tomorrow and sell my car.
You're going to sell your car.
I have to.
And here's the interesting thing.
It's a responsibility that we have to take an oath to protect and defend. It's a priority that we all have.
Until very, very recently, Mr. President, that seemed to be the case.
That is a very false statement. So we're just saying it. Let's make it easy for you.
These facts I've stated are not partisan facts. They aren't ideological. They're just facts. Just facts.
Thank you all very much.
They describe reality.
Departments of government that could be open now